Well, hello there. I'm Lexi, and this is the Prodigal's Purpose podcast. Now, I know what you're thinking. What are you doing? I've asked myself that a lot lately, and that's a great question. No, I literally ask myself that about 20 times a day throughout the day. Why I went into the kitchen, why was I going in the fridge? But in this season of life, it's actually been eating at me, and I've asked myself that in a deeper and more intentional way. Recently, I've been praying and reflecting, and I've been saying, like, what are you doing? And more deeply, like, God, what do you want me to do? And I feel called to be a teacher. I feel called to youth ministry. I feel called to creating. And I just feel like now is the best time to really step out of my comfort zone and do something different. And so here we are. So a podcast, yeah. It's something I thought would be like a really cool idea for someday, somewhere, but not today, not now, not me. And I just kept putting it off. I need more time. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm too stupid to do a podcast. Also, I ramble way too much and talk way too fast. Like, who'd want to listen to me? And also, probably the biggest is, what are people going to think? What are people going to say about me? Is it going to be nice? Just like the fear of being accepted, the fear of judgment, the fear of who does she think she is, And I've been working on it, but whether we like to admit it or not, that can really affect what we do in life and what we want to do in life. And so those things have been eating at me. It's been bugging me a lot. And I see little clips, and I get a lot out of people telling stories and giving advice and spreading the faith in this format that I've always felt a nudge or desire of, I think I could do that. I think I'd actually really love doing it. And so, yeah, during this season, I've just feel like now's the best time. So we're going to do it. We're going to go with it. I really don't want to get too much into what I'm doing yet. Like, if we really wanted to talk vision and what is this and all that stuff, this wouldn't even be episode 1. This is episode 0. Okay. We aren't even starting yet. It's that prologue. It's that intro that sometimes people skip ahead, but I just want to address it because if I saw me doing this, the first thing I would say is, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I thought I'd address it myself, and we're going to make it the intro. So this is an episode 0, if you will. Now, how did I get here? What was I thinking? Okay. Over the past few years, I've had some really good moments. I've had some really bad moments. I've felt like I found my purpose. I felt like my faith was figured out. There were times where I was sloppy and messy and just lost. It's a roller coaster. Okay. And I would say that the points in my life that gave the most purpose is when I've been involved in ministry, when I get to walk alongside somebody who is going through a season or going through a time that is good, bad, or ugly, or asking deep questions, or really hungry for the truth. And what I love about it is, selfishly, I get so much out of it because that's what this is all about, is figuring out what are we all doing and why are we doing it? What's the point? What's our purpose? And I just love walking with people and talking with people and going on that journey together. And so ministry has just been a really beautiful and big part in my life. And so I felt called to branch out and to go into an unknown territory, an unknown zone, if you will. And that's the point of this podcast. It's not me sitting on my high horse. It's not me saying I have it all figured out and I know the secret recipe to your spiritual life. I have a lifetime membership on the struggle bus, okay? But I think that's the beauty of our faith journey, is it is so unpredictable, it is so interesting, and it is good and it is bad, that I just want some honesty and acknowledgement that it is hard and that there is struggle and that there are questions that I want answered. And so I wanted to create a space where, I can share my story, your story, other stories, dive into scripture and see what we get out of it, really research and seek the truth in those really hard, really big questions that we all have to face one day. And so I have the gift of gab. There's no problem seeing that. And I love talking and I love storytelling. I just love connection. That I wanted to create a space where it's okay to be honest. It's okay to express hardships that you're facing, especially if it's faith related, and also just to know you're not alone. Because I think everybody can admit that there is just that fear of being alone or not having someone have your back, or am I the only one going through this? And it's the biggest lie Satan can tell us, is that we're alone, that nobody gets us, That's the point of this, is to fight that lie, and just explore this journey together in a really honest and vulnerable way. I think one of my biggest desires, or the things I love the most about my faith, is the honesty of it. There's a lot of amazing role models and people that we look up to, and I think the reason we look up to them is because they have faced hardships and they have overcome them. I just want to create that for this podcast of what we're struggling with and how we can use that struggle to push us into perseverance and to help us become holy. And so the prodigal's purpose. The prodigal's purpose is not a show about having it all figured out. It's not a show about being the perfect cradle Catholic. I'm definitely not that. But it's about remembering who you are, who you belong to, and what we're called to be doing because of that calling. And if you're still figuring it out as you go, that's okay, and that's good. And just going through that together. And so maybe your purpose isn't a job title. Maybe it's not being the most liked. Maybe it's not having a huge platform and being famous, being popular, being successful. Maybe it's just being faithful and hopeful in whatever chapter of your life you're in. Whether it's raising your babies, whether it's showing up to Mass on Sunday or even daily Mass. Maybe it's just reaching out to someone who's really struggling. Or maybe it's healing in the silence by yourself. Whatever season we're in, there can be good from it. And there can be like a higher meaning and purpose to it all too. Probably the hardest thing is maybe you're just called to saying yes to God, even when you have no certainty what exactly the outcome of life is going to be for you. So the purpose of this is to invite you to walk with me. This podcast is going to be filled with stories, scripture, reflection, laughs, probably some tears. Knowing me, probably a lot of tears. I hate it. I'm such a crybaby nowadays. I don't know, whatever. But it's mainly a space for us to grow together. It's important for us to return home again and again, just like the prodigal. And because the Father is always waiting, always ready, and always calling us back to finding our true purpose in life. If something in this episode stirred you, or maybe you're just plain curious as to, Lexi, what exactly are you doing? I hope you will stick around. I hope you will follow along. Maybe share it with a friend, or even if you just happen upon this and you have no interest, cute, thank you. Just pray that this will be what God intended it to be, because that's the whole point of it. And so I just want to thank you for being here. Whether you're a cradle Catholic, a convert, a revert, maybe you're just simply curious what's going on, this is a space for seekers. It's for a space for saints in the making. And it's also just a space for the ones who are still on the road. I hope to see you next time, because I think that we're in store for a really incredible journey together. And most importantly, an incredible journey back to Him. So thank you.